everyone, my name is Lisa Bianco, and I am the owner of a Fred Astaire Dance Studio in Chandler, Arizona. I have been a part of this company since 1996. My studio is celebrating its 26th anniversary this July. I had this wonderful opportunity after being a student here at this location to purchase it in the year 2000. It is a family business. I raised both of my children in my dance studio, and my daughter actually went on to open her own studio. Over the years, it has been just a pleasure operating this business. Dancing definitely is a gift to anybody who walks through the doors, and I absolutely cherish that. In 2019, it was one of my best years in the industry. I was super excited about what the future held for not only myself, but ballroom dancing, and of course my daughter, who also owns a studio. And then 2020 happened and COVID hit us. So then COVID hit, and we are now in February of 2020. And as I was watching the news every morning, I started to realize that this pending pandemic that was across the ocean was definitely heading to the United States. And it was such an interesting thought process, because obviously none of us have ever been through it before, and we certainly, walking into it, had no idea what it was about ready to bring all of us business owners in this country. When it actually became very real, I was out of state for a while, and I got news that Arizona was considering shutting all the businesses down. And I jumped on an airplane that day, walked into my studio, and our governor started to shut our city down. And at that time, I'm sure we all relate to this, we really don't understand what that actually means. And I officially closed my doors on March 17th. And I completely remember walking into my parking lot, shutting all my lights off, turning around and looking at my business and thinking, oh my gosh, what is happening? And as we all know, at that moment, we're thinking, oh, maybe 48 hours, maybe 72 hours. And obviously that was not the case. Moved my whole office home, and we began to realize that this is going to be very long term. It's hard to process, and you're just sitting at home. We are now on lockdown, and I have got at the time 14 employees who are also sitting at home wondering what is going to happen next. The thought process was to take it day by day, but of course, as we all know, our revenue stream stopped the moment we locked our doors on March 17th. And you don't even know what to do. And as each day passed, and thank goodness I actually own a franchise, to me it was the biggest profound opportunity of all, because all of the owners and the powers to be within our industry were constantly on Zoom meetings to further educate ourselves on what was happening in our country, to help each other figure out how to navigate through the unknown. Basically, none of us had any idea how long it would last. Time went on. We were not able to reopen in our industry until the middle of May. I chose to keep mine closed into June, and that was a decision I made as a family. I had a terminally ill son at home, and we were asking our staff and ourselves to go back into a very hands-on up. I mean, you're dancing with people. You cannot get closer to somebody during a pandemic where you're not supposed to be near anybody. And so it was this juggling act of how do I keep everybody in my world safe, all my teachers, how do we keep my family safe on behalf of my son who was ill, and just even the thought of what kind of PPE do we need to bring into the building? What do I need to do to ensure that we do not transmit this god-awful virus onto our students? And, you know, through that process, we slowly but surely started to have students come back into our world. And even though it was actually still very, very, very unstable, and as I went through it, we probably went another 3 to 7 months of some interesting revenue. My company actually lost 67% of its revenue from 2019 to 2020. So we learned a lot of lessons, and there are some gifts to be found in that crazy journey. So as our journey continues within this pandemic in 2020, and now we are in 2021, and we do have a ways to go. Because I have been in business for so long, and I also had the opportunity, I'll call it the opportunity, to also go through the 2008-2009 recession in an industry that is based solely on discretionary income. So they really did start to look a lot alike. It's an interesting thought process to think there are actually gifts that we are given through our struggles in life. And through this experience for me, I have learned, well, one statement that I use all the time for me is to try not to live anything twice. I try very hard not to project what next week would be, or the week after that, or even months after. And so my real gift is to constantly have the ability to relax myself, to remind myself that I don't know what the future holds, that I'm going to do whatever I can today to move forward within my business, to not live anything twice. I'm not going to experience anything more devastating 2 weeks from now if I don't know I'm actually going to be going through it. To me, it is a gift to be able to calm myself and to be my own motivator, and to be able to look in the mirror every morning as we are on month 3 of the actual closure, and know that we're going to be okay, and to remind myself that I am an incredible businesswoman. I have been through worse than this, that we can keep moving forward, to be able to share that with all the people around me, with all of my staff, to continue to comfort them and continue to educate them on exactly what is happening at all times. But I think if I were to put a bow on the gift, it is my ability to feel peace within all of the turmoil. During this process also, I lost my son to a terminal illness, and I lost my mom during this same time period, and you think that you could not possibly survive another day, and then you are reminded that you do have this gift. You have this gift of calm inside, of peace inside, and to look truly in the mirror every day and say, I've got this. I've got this, and I've got people around me who also have me and that support me. And again, I go back to owning a franchise. I can't imagine what it would be like to not have a community who is going through the exact same thing that you are. And so I support franchises like you would not believe. But ultimately, again, repeating myself, my gift to me is to maintain peace within my mind and kind of my spirit, and to live in the moment that I'm in, and to know that of all the things all of us women have been through in our careers, in our lives, that we are still alive. And I know that sounds so silly, but sometimes we have to go, you know what, that did not kill me. And so I'm good. I'm good. My family's good. And I feel peace today, no matter what tomorrow brings. I'm not going to live it today until it actually happens. So, not living anything twice, reminding myself constantly that today I deal with anything and leave tomorrow in tomorrow would be the thing that I carry with me every day as a gift.